at the very end of last year, Congress passed its latest spending bill, which was signed into law, and part of that spending bill was banning TikTok on all federal devices, which is some 4 million employees who have now cannot download legally TikTok onto the device. That raises questions. Is this just scapegoating? Is this part of a bigger political, boogeyman thing?
Sure.
There's a lot going on here with this ban.
Oh, absolutely. I think other government, but state level. I think state level agencies have done something similar. I don't quite remember what state. For some reason, I keep thinking it's Utah. I'm probably wrong. But I do know that other states have at least done something similar. It does raise a good question. Is this another scapegoat where we're utilizing this big bad social media platform that does disseminate messages that aren't always great, right? I've seen plenty of financial information being disseminated through, especially like life insurance, folks that sell life insurance or financial advising. I've seen so much of that be disseminated through TikTok that's harmful. It's harmful information at best. So at least I understand some of the concerns. I understand the concerns, obviously, that ByteDance, the parent company, is owned, or at least has affiliations with the Chinese government, which has its own concerns. But I agree at a level, it almost feels like all these other social media companies and everyone else is like, this is a really good company to just kind of throw a couple jabs, throw a couple punches, and make sure, my constituency is happy. So
now,
at least my thoughts on it.
Of course, and the propaganda message, right? That you're seeing all sorts of things on misinformation, disinformation, propaganda is being pushed on TikTok theoretically. There's also the argument to be made that data privacy and tracking and spyware is coming through TikTok now. Forbes had a report back in, I believe it was November, that ByteDance, the parent company of TikTok, confirmed that 3 of Forbes' journalists were illegally or very unethically tracked by ByteDance, and that is kind of like pushing this narrative that, hey, we don't really trust this, especially if you're a federal employee, you can be spied upon. But like you said, plenty of data privacy rights groups are saying, Twitter does this, Facebook does this, Uber does this, everybody does it. So just to say that TikTok is doing it alone is, you're right, not exactly correct.
And I get it. I get the argument, right? Like that a foreign power is the one actually doing it as opposed to these companies that are technically domiciled in the United States. But that being said, are foreign powers buying this information? Are they buying this data from these players? I don't know. They might be. They might not be. They might be getting it completely other ways. But I tend to believe that other foreign powers are taking advantage of this data, this information, and utilizing it in any way, shape, and form. So, again, it's something that you will see. I think you'll probably see a push going forward this year. Maybe it's just a speaking point, maybe a soundbite, maybe it's actual legislation that they think will not pass. But I do think you will see legislation trying to ban TikTok in its entirety this year.
It's a great way to win over youth votes, is to ban TikTok.
I think President Biden had a bunch of TikTok stars on.
Really?
Something. It might have been for climate change. I think it was a climate change or something. And it's like, can you imagine where it's like, thank you, everyone. TikTok made you guys great. Anyway, so we're going to ban
We're
TikTok.
banning it. Yeah.
Just a heads up.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, like and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Check us out also on LinkedIn and Twitter to keep up to speed with what we're doing. Catch you on the next one.